Good morning, everybody. So excited that we're here. I think we're going to do, so today we're doing the basics. We put some feelers out in our one group and we just asked, hey, what are you guys missing? What are we not covering? And a lot of people asked us to just go back and start over, start from the basics, start with Detox 101, as we call it. So as we started creating Detox 101, Shanna, I think you'll agree, next week is going to be Detox 202 because there's so much to cover, even on the basics, that I know we want to get to detox and a lot of topics as well. So today we're going to cover the basics, and then next week, detox, and it's going to kind of be a follow-up to this, and detox and. So detox and specific topics.
Yes.
And how they relate. I'm going to start with the disclaimer. If you can throw that up there for me, Shanna. All right, so our disclaimer, the information provided in this presentation, any discussion, any posts, any comments are intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended for, nor should it be used as medical care or advice. It should not be used in formulating a diagnosis or medical treatment plan. It's not intended to diagnose, cure, treat, or prevent any illness or disease. Please contact your medical physician or practitioner with any medical questions or concerns. The information you're about to hear has not been evaluated by the FDA or any medical entity. And this presentation is for educational purposes only and may not be shared without consent from us, the Detox Girls. Okay, so we're going to just start with the basics of what the detox pathways are. A lot of times in our group, you'll hear somebody say, do your detox pathways need to be open? How do I open my detox pathways? Make sure you're not using that if your detox pathways aren't open. And so the big question is, what are detox pathways? So toxins enter in through your body, work through the liver, and go out of your body. So they enter into the body through your lungs, through your skin, through your gut and intestine. Then they filter into the liver, and we're going to go through this in the next slide a little deeper.
Right.
But they filter into your liver, which if it was working optimally, right, you probably wouldn't be in the Detox Girls if it was.
Yeah.
It would detox. It's meant to detoxify 99% of the toxins in your body and take them out naturally if your detox pathways were open. And then these toxins exit out through the skin, the kidneys, the colon, the lungs, the eyes, the nose, the lymphatic system, all of your little orifices. And the lymphatic system is special because it doesn't have an out. It has a recirculating, but it doesn't have an out. But we're going to cover that too.
Yes. I'd like to add here, when talking about toxins and how the liver was meant to detox 99% of it, we'll probably get into this later. I just wanted to put a plug in here, is to know that our bodies were not meant to be infiltrated with the type of toxins we have now.
Oh, that's true.
So, we have all of the mercury, we have the cadmium, we have everything that's going up into the environment that's been released into our water, into our soil. Our bodies were not meant to detox those types of things. Whenever we talk about the liver being able to detox 99% of toxins, you're talking about things that are not glyphosate, just how would you say that? Normal everyday things. Your soil uses a lot of different things to grow the food, and those little things may be passed on. There's might be a little bit of aluminum passed on into the plant. That little bitty bit your body might be able to detox that, but the amount that we are being infiltrated with, your bodies were not meant to remove it. So, which is one reason why detox pathways are an issue. So I just want to put a plug in there. Whenever we talk about being able to detox 99% of toxins, that is not the heavy metals, the glyphosate, the plastics, things like that, because we were never meant to have those in our body in the first place. So we weren't really designed to be able to detox them.
And wait till you see the slide where we just started putting in all of the things that are toxins, everyday toxins that you might not even think about.
Yep. And I'm going to.
Yeah. So I'm not even sure that anybody that we've even covered a portion of the toxins in that list, but it's a pretty long list.
It is. Jill, I have no idea why I can do this and why.
Yes. Okay. So this is a little bit deeper dive into how the detox pathways work. So as we said, the toxins enter in through the body, lungs, skin, gut. We breathe them in, we soak them in, we wash our clothes and then put those clothes full of toxins on our body for 24 hours. Mm-hmm. We snuggle up in our, snuggle. That's a hint. We snuggle up in our fresh, clean sheets and blankets, and we're sleeping in them all night long. Oh, something I didn't put, and I really want to focus on this when we get to that list is I did put EMF, but I really want to mention something about smart meters when we get to that. Okay.
I will do my best to remember.
Okay. So then they filter through the liver, and there's phase 1 and phase 2 of filtering through the liver. And the phases require nutrients. Yeah. And what is completely depleted in our world right now?
Nutrients.
Food. Yeah, we have no nutrients in our food. Our soil is not nutrient rich like it should be. We buy, and even you go to the store, you buy the best you can. You are buying organic. It's definitely better, but it's a shame how our world is. I think we're really getting a good swift kick back into start learning how to grow your own plants and herbs and food. And we gave it a good whirl this year, learned a lot of lessons, which is great because next year we will be much better at it.
Yes. Well, and something that I know, so there was a study done by the University of Washington that showed that if you took broccoli that your grandparents, great grandparents, or however old you are, ate back in the 20s and 30s, the nutrients they would get in one bowl of, or not, I said broccoli, I meant spinach. I don't know why I said broccoli. In that one bowl of spinach, they did the test about 10 years ago. So it's even worse now. They redid the test. You would need, I believe it was 38 bowls of spinach to equal the nutrients in that one.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So it's, yeah. I don't even know.
We're fighting the fight every day.
Right.
We're going to get to that at the end. How long do I need to detox for? Why do I need to detox more than, 7 days or a week or, a month?
Right.
So we'll get to that as well.
Yep.
So all of the B vitamins, glutathione, flavonoids for phase 1, methionine, cysteine, magnesium, glutathione, B5 and 12, vitamin C, glycine, taurine, glutamine, folate, choline, all needed for phase 2.
Mm-hmm.
There are really good pictures. I'll put that in the comments. There's some really good pictures online about how toxins in phase 1, phase 2, toxins out, and we will add that.
Yeah, visuals. People who are visual.
Yes, good visuals. Yes. So if the liver is healthy and functioning, it will break down the toxins to water-soluble waste and then eliminate them. It'll eliminate through the skin, the kidneys, through the urine, the colon, the intestines excreted through stool, lungs through breathing, eyes and nose. Oh, and just going back to skin, because I saw Shanna posted this last night, your sweat.
Yeah.
Right. Your eyes, your nose. So, all of the watery eyes and the congestion coming out. And then the lymphatic system, which will need a little bit of assistance to be removed.
Right. That's it. That's okay. I know what I was going to say whenever I said toxins earlier about we're not supposed to have all these heavy metals and the glyphosate and everything in our body. So whenever we talk about normal detox and toxins that are in the body, that means, so whenever your cells go through the cell cycle, they excrete toxins. The mitochondria excretes it, and then it's carried out through pathways within the cell and dumped into the bloodstream. It's the waste that the cell did not need to use. That's what we're talking about, toxins that your body is naturally able to get rid of. The normal functions of the body, of the waste and the things that the nutrients that the body did not use. If you're over in one mineral versus another, the body has to get rid of it. That's what the body is used to eliminating. So when we say normal toxins, what the body should be able to do if the liver functions properly, those are, I think it's so important. Those are the toxins that the body is used to. We have to separate in our minds the natural toxicity that the body creates, which is generally felt whenever you have, we won't get into this, I'm just going to put this out there. Whenever you have the flu and different things like that, natural toxicity that the body's used to dealing with, creating fever, all of that. Then you have the heavy metals, the glyphosates, the plastics, the things, the hormone mimicking chemicals, all those things. The body is not meant to have those. The body doesn't know what to do with them. That's what breaks down your pathways. I hope I didn't jump the gun, but
no. That was great. That was perfect. Okay. And then if the liver is congested or overworked, your detox pathways are not working. So then all of the toxins recirculate. which is also called retox.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can be stored in, I know this is a hot topic. These toxins are then stored in the fat cells, in the brain, in your joints, in your tissues, in your bone marrow.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why a lot of people that are trying to lose weight are having trouble. And then also, if you're recirculating your toxins and they go to the brain, because the brain is fat, so now we're recirculating those toxins into the brain, and then we wonder why we have brain fog.
Yep.
And worse.
Yep.
Okay, so where do excess toxins get stored in the body? Fat-soluble toxins typically store in the fat cells, bone marrow, liver, central nervous system, and brain. Water-soluble toxins typically store in joints, blood, tissue, and muscle. So what are some examples of fat-soluble toxins? Heavy metals, pesticides, including glyphosate, which you usually explain that very well with the glyphosate, thinking that it's...
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So glyphosate is actually a synthetic mimicker of glycine. Glycine is one of the most important, well, if there was one of the most important amino acids for the body. So glycine, your body uses it in DNA synthesis. So whenever you have your DNA strand, the body will take out the different, whether it's a T or whatever it needs for that DNA synthesis process to develop whatever it needs, whether it be a cell to the liver or a cell to the brain or a cell for the skin or the kidney or whatever it is. It will take those out. Well, it uses glycine to develop the next strand of DNA in order to create healthy cells. Well, glyphosate is a mimic of glycine. So the body accepts it as glycine, but it's not. It is a deform. So whenever your body uses glyphosate instead of glycine to build your DNA, it will build deformed DNA strands, and that's where you get your autoimmune diseases and different things. And then it just mimics that over and over and over. So the glyphosate is, I know I've heard Clayton say this a lot. It really is a, what does he say? Extinction level thing for humanity, because it just keeps going and going. So glyphosate is really, really important to make sure that you are doing your best about glyphosate.
Right.
Is that good?
Yes, that was perfect. All right. Pollutants in our air, plastics, hormones, and hormone, meaning hormone mimickers. We have estrogen. We get estrogen dominance due to certain chemicals that mimic estrogen in the body, hormones in the body.
Right.
And then examples of water-soluble toxins are nicotine, vapors, chemicals. So that's just a short list.
Right.
Yes. This is why everyday detox is needed.
Yes. Oh, come on now. I could do it.
No, you're good.
I'm going to figure out how to do it with just a click. I'll get there. I promise.
Okay. So often somebody will say, okay, I'm going to start a detox, or I'm detoxing using these natural methods, right? So, and we are going to go through some natural methods, everything from water to, the top guns. But we'll get the question of what kind of detox symptoms might I have? Well, let's go back to the detox pathways, and those are going to be the detox symptoms that you might incur.
Right.
Okay. So your lungs, lung congestion is less often, although after I started reading about it, I put it at the top because I think it used to be less often, and currently it is something that is happening way more often than
more mainstream now.
Yeah. Right. So I actually just moved that to the top on purpose. Okay. So rashes, so any kind of skin problem. So if you have eczema or psoriasis or welts, mast cell, any kind of rashes that you have, this is your body's way of screaming. Actually, your skin is one of the last detox methods that your body will use. So if you are having a problem throughout your skin, every other detox pathway has been tried. They've tried to use every other detox pathway, and it's now coming out through your skin. Dandruff is another one that people don't think, they don't really bring into rashes into dandruff.
Right.
but it's still coming out. It's yeast coming out on the skin. Constipation. And in our group, we have the Bristol chart. So constipation, any sort of stool problems from constipation to diarrhea, the Bristol chart is really good for checking that out where you sit on the Bristol chart. I think there's 7 layers to that. Kidney pain, kidney infection, bladder infection is something that can occur whenever your body is trying to expel toxins.
Mm-hmm.
Watery eyes, runny nose, sinus congestion, lymph nodes swelling or sore throats, swollen lymph nodes, brain fog, cold and flu-like symptoms as the liver passes off the toxins to the other pathways, and then holding on to weight. So those are all signs. They're actually signs of toxicity and detox symptoms, things that that you can incur while you're starting to detox. But knowledge is power. So if you go into a detox, first of all, we need to talk about intuitive detox, really into your intuitive path when it comes to detox as we move along here. But you're in charge of your own detox. So if it's too much, then slow down and do all of the other, increase your water and make sure that you're moving. But some people like to use that detox and get it out. Oh, I have this, I see that I have a rash. And I know that that's the body's last line of defense. So let's get it out even faster. Really just a personal decision there.
I think it's important too is you have your detox pathways that are clogged, which show if, let's say, like you said, you have psoriasis or something of that nature or eczema. That's showing that some detox pathways are closed, but it also shows what pathways are closed if those show up during the initial detox. Does that make sense? So as you detox, if those pathways are closed, you may have a rash come up. Like my niece, whenever she started her detox, she had detoxed mono, which is an Epstein-Barr one of the Epstein-Barr viruses, the pathway of it. So whenever she did, she had her rash come back up because it was pushing it out because that's where it settled. So you have your pathways that are clogged and show in certain areas. And then as you do your healing reaction through your detox, those things can come back up and manifest because they're being pushed out finally instead of settling there.
Right. So some people they'll bring up phlegm and it can be green. And that I learned this a long time ago with my children when I had a really good pediatrician at the time who said, just because it's green doesn't mean it's infection. I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just saying that, sometimes it can have some color because it's been sitting there for a while and you need to get it out. Same with having to go to the bathroom. So if you have, if you start your detox and you're like, oh my goodness, I had to go to the bathroom. Well, if your body is holding in all of those toxins, if you're not going to the bathroom 2 to 3 times a day, then your body is holding all of those toxins in. And it's just sitting there in the intestines, in the colon, waiting to come out, but retoxifying your body.
Yes. And that's one of the ways that you get leaky gut because it permeates. It'll sit there because it's very acidic because your body needs to get rid of it. Right. So it'll sit there and it'll create permeation between the alveoli.
Yes. Okay. There you go. Okay. So we wanted to go through some, that should really say basic detox modalities. Everything from basic to a little more in-depth, things to keep in mind. First and foremost, water. I think we talk about this in almost every single live. Clean water, lots of clean water, definitely in the morning because you wake up in the morning and your body is dehydrated from overnight. If you are thirsty, you are already dehydrated. 2 quarts of
You're
water.
getting there. You're already there.
Yes, right. You're already there. So now it's time to play catch up. We advocate for a lot of clean water, but adding in some trace minerals. So Clean Slate does have trace minerals in it, but also if you need even more, we love Celtic salt, which is gray, and Himalayan sea salt. So any of the sea salts are really good for trace minerals. They all have a little different content, all really good. They typically have about 70 plus trace minerals in them, and your body needs about 80 plus for your organs. It relies on every organ function relies on trace minerals. So don't discredit your morning water. When you go down to make a cup of coffee, that's fine, but grab a glass of water while you're pouring the coffee into your coffee pot, drink that glass of water, have a little bit of sea salt with it. I'm not talking teaspoons. I just do a little pinch.
Pinch, yeah.
Make your coffee, finish that water. If you can get in a second glass of water before that cup of coffee, even better. And then have that cup of coffee and then move back to water and try to get in as much water as you can, especially before 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's just the way the body works.
Yes. And I think it's important to note that if you're taking a multivitamin or you're trying to take a lot of vitamins, it's really important to look at your minerals, because if you don't have the minerals to absorb the vitamins, it's just going right through you and it's a waste of money. So minerals are very, very important.
Right. Can I also mention, if you're taking a multivitamin, especially if you just go into your local drugstore and you grab one off the shelf, see it on TV, grab that local one, please double check, triple check the ingredients. First of all, check the inactive ingredients, the rice flour, the cornstarch, the maltodextrin, all of the stuff that's listed at the bottom that we don't really look at. And then also double check to make sure, see what your calcium, see what kind of calcium is in there, see what kind of folate, make sure it's folate, not folic acid. Methylcobalamin is better than cyanocobalamin. So two things. I'm not really a fan of a big complex, because we're back to the liver, where your liver is supposed to be able to get out what's extra in your body. But most of us have compromised detox pathways, so that's not really happening. So you can have too much of a good thing.
Yes, you could become vitamin toxic.
Right. Especially vitamin A is very big for vitamin toxic.
Right.
And vitamin D is a hormone, not a vitamin. Good to know.
Yep.
Vitamins made via food are an even better choice. Vitamins made from whole food into a vitamin form, or vitamins via actual food are good too. I think I would really love to, maybe we could do a post and see if people are growing herbs and stuff in their house. I'm seeing that now, right there. You're making the little hydroponic trees inside your house. I want to do that.
Yeah.
All the things I want to do. I'm going to 5 minutes to myself and I'm going to do that. Okay. So increasing vegetables and herbs. And again, we want to have nutrient dense. We want to have organic. Grow them yourself if you can. But cruciferous vegetables like Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, and broccoli, they give natural amounts of glutathione. Glutathione is wonderful for detoxifying the body. It's the body's master antioxidant. And I am going to stop right here, and I'm going to go back through supplementing glutathione for many reasons. First of all, a lot of people are sulfur intolerant. If your transulfuration pathways are blocked, you cannot tolerate sulfur in that form. So NAC, liposomal glutathione, those are very difficult for a lot of people. Also, if you would happen to have enough stomach acid, it does not get through the stomach acid and into the parts of the body where it needs to go. It can't pass the stomach acid. So there are also some supplements out there that Shanna and I have each used in the past without any success. But the thing that we have both successfully used for our families is the glutathione patch, the phototherapy patch. So if you need more information on that, if you are low in glutathione, if you think you're low in glutathione, you can't tolerate sulfur, if you just comment glutathione, we'll get that information to you. But I love glutathione patching. Honestly, if somebody in my family doesn't feel good, that's my first go-to. My very first go-to is throw on a glutathione patch. Okay. Yes. So when the body's toxic load is decreased, the body will, so if you remove the toxins out of the body, then your body will naturally produce its own glutathione, which is wonderful. So Clean Slate is really good for that, because we're going to take out the toxins, but when we take out all of those heavy metals and toxins, then our body's going to produce its own natural glutathione. Yes.
Also, Restore is very important for that because of the nano-emulsified turmeric. It will help the body produce glutathione in natural amounts. Not like normal turmeric, but because of the nano-emulsification, because it bypasses the body's need to break it apart and tear it down to convert it, because your body can't do that whenever it's over toxic. So it just goes directly into the bloodstream.
Right. And that takes us right back to, if you run into the grocery store or run into the local pharmacy, the sourcing of the turmeric is not going to be as nearly as good as what Dr. Christina took 6 months to carefully
Find.
select. I don't think there's anything in my life I've taken 6 months to carefully select. That's kind of funny. Pretty sure I knew prior to 6 months I was going to get married. So I didn't even take 6 months to know if I was going to marry my husband. Isn't that funny?
That's awesome.
Okay, castor oil packs over the liver are amazing. Oh, sugar, I wanted to have my daughter send a picture to me. So castor oil liver packs are if you take clean organic cloth and you soak it in castor oil and you put it over top of your liver, and then you put either a warm water bottle or a warm heating pad, or I made my daughter, it's kind of funny. I made her a sauna lamp because I just couldn't afford a sauna of any sort for her. But I got one of those big garage lamps, you know, that come with the clip, big silver one. And I bought her an infrared light bulb, and I put it on there, and she clips it onto her bed. So if she's ever having trouble, and can't wait to move to be closer to her to get all my things back. She has all my things. But anyway, so the castor oil pack is really good. You put that over the liver, and you put a little heating pad on, and then you put the sauna lamp on, and you just take a little 20-minute nap. And I love when people say to me, well, how do I know how long to keep it on? You'll know.
Yeah.
When it works, you'll know. It's time to get up.
Yep.
Hydrocolon therapy or coffee enemas are really good, especially if you are not going to the bathroom 2 to 3 times a day. And so you can do those at home, or you can go to your local hydrocolon therapy center. Infrared saunas, or the little concoction I made up. Obviously, you know, who doesn't want to own a whole sauna machine? But realistically, that's difficult. Yeah. And I can tell you that where my daughter lives, that's not an option. You can't find a gym that has one. There is not one. So but the infrared sauna heats up the cells of the liver. So red light therapy is really good. And we also use, so in the same glutathione patching, the energy patch simulates the red laser. Yeah. So red light therapy. So that's an option as well. Fasting stimulates autophagy. So either intermittent fasting or prolonged water fasting. And this is a personal decision as well. I eat intermittent fasting. I eat in a small window during the day. I only eat it's typically, we finish up here at 2, I call Shanna, and what do we say? So
Lunch.
I'm starving. It's 2 o'clock here. So I usually eat from 2 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That's my whole window. Not every day, but most days. I didn't do that right away. I just started closing off my window. So if I ate at 8 o'clock and then in the morning for breakfast, and I ate at 6 o'clock in the evening, then I would just start moving that back to 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock. I never went hungry, but if you eat fat and protein without sugar, it's very filling, and you stay full for longer. So I don't eat much sugar. And you really have to make a plan at this. If you're going to do it, be prepared, because it's really just a mind game. You know, oh, I'm starving. You're depriving me. You can't deprive me. I'm not eating. No, have something in your refrigerator that is your backup plan. So when you're starting this intermittent fasting and you're closing your window of time that you eat. So if I normally eat at 8 and I want to try to get to 9, and I get to 9 and I'm starving, don't fill your body with a bunch of sugar. Sugar feeds sugar. The first time you have sugar during the day, that's it. Your body's going to crave it all day long. Yep. The longer you can put that off in your day, the better. I really try, if I'm going to have sugar, and that means carbs, bread, and I don't count vegetables as carbs. I'm one of those people. I feel like I need to have as many vegetables, nutrient dense things as I can. So I put those carbs aside. I don't even count those. I don't really count carbs anyway. I just got rid of all the stuff that I shouldn't have. Rice, bread, cereal, Pop-Tarts. All of the breakfast cookies, all of the breakfast bars. Oh, please, please, please read your labels. If you're picking up, I'm going to pick up this protein bar. Honestly, you could probably pick up a Snickers instead. Yeah. Yeah. So a lot of things have sugar and carbs in it. You just have to read the labels. Even read your labels on things like ketchup, because you just have to look at the label. Heinz actually, so I live in Pittsburgh, that's where Heinz is. They have ketchup that is high fructose corn syrup, but they have 3 other kinds of ketchup. You just have to read the labels. And those first 3 or 4 ingredients, those are the key. You've got to get the high fructose corn syrup out of your diet.
Right.
Start looking at things that you're eating that you don't even really like. One of the first things I took away out of my life, this was probably 4 or 5 years ago now, were sandwiches. I was making a sandwich and the bread fell down on the table and the label was there and I started looking at it and I thought, I don't even like sandwiches. And I'm about to eat 35 grams of carbs over a sandwich I don't even like.
Yeah, just to have food.
To have food.
We talk about intuitiveness with the body, and whenever you get used to the intuition of your body, what it does and doesn't want, right. You may get to where, because some people freak out that they're not eating very much, is something wrong. No, your body will tell you when it's hungry and what it wants.
Right.
And when it wants it, whenever the body starts to heal. And instead of eating because that's what you do all day, 3 meals a day, blah, blah, blah kind of stuff. And, oh gosh, we're going to go through, I know we did some in our gut series, which we're going to redo because it's going to be.
We've come so far in our research, we have to.
Yeah. But whenever we mention in there, you're not supposed to eat 5 and 6 meals a day. Your body does not have time to adjust and to heal. So we're going to go through how that affects the liver more and how it affects your detox pathways. But the point is, whenever your body is healing, you don't eat because it's what society tells you to do. You eat whatever your body needs it. You know your body is hungry, not, the difference between hydration, right. Being hydrated and whenever you need to eat. There are a lot of people, once you heal like me, I don't even think about food until 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And it's like, and it's not like unhealthy because, I didn't eat, because whenever I eat. Yeah. But it's when my body's like, okay, I'm ready to eat now. And then there are some mornings whenever I wake up and I'm hungry and I eat in the morning because my body's like, yeah, let's do this right now.
The other mindset you need to get out of is that breakfast has to be breakfast food. No. Breakfast is breaking the fast from overnight. Mm-hmm. And it does not have to be sugar filled.
Yeah.
So I really encourage people to start encouraging your children to unthink those things that they feel they need in the morning. We do not need sugary cereal. And I know it's all throughout the commercials and it's so hard because, they put all the good stuff at the bottom at the grocery store, and much easier when your kids are older and basically just take care of everything. But you can have a salad for breakfast, or you can have leftover chicken from last night for breakfast. You can have, I love cold green beans.
Oh yeah, me too.
I know. I love cold green beans. I make extra dinner for that purpose, because if I do wake up hungry, and again, it's back to having a plan. You have to plan, because otherwise you are going to go into that pantry and you are going to have a bowl of cereal, or you are going to just grab those, that protein bar that's full of sugar, and you're not even going to realize it. So if you are methodical about it and you plan it, when you open up that fridge and you've got something right there in front of you, that's the way to go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Dry brushing, rebounding lymphatic massage. So we were talking about the lymphatic system, and that one needs a little bit of assistance. So it is good to move. There's YouTube videos on how to dry brush. Rebounding, if you don't have access to a little rebounder, I do a lot of jumping jacks in my house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I used to do wacky jacks. It's kind of like a jumping jack. You can look that up. It looks funny, but it's fun. If you have a trampoline, just, your kids have a trampoline in the backyard, go on that guy.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I do. And move my arms like this, because your lymphatic system does not have a pump. You have to actually move in order to get your lymphatic system going. So if you're sitting at a desk all day, your lymphatic system is sluggish, period. It's just, you don't even need to ask. It just is.
Yes. Right. And so little kids with tonsils and adenoid problems, make sure that you are focusing before you just jump and have those removed. So I swear I'm going to put this on my own page. Organ renewal, not removal.
Yes.
Your gallbladder, your tonsils, your adenoids, please, please, please think about it before, when you go to the doctor and they say you need to have these out, First question you ask, is it urgent? Is it emergent? What am I going to have to do after to support that after you remove that organ? So if you're going to remove my gallbladder, that's fine. What steps do I have to take after?
Yep.
To live without a gallbladder? Because you are going to have to make changes. Then the question becomes, if I make those changes before you remove my gallbladder, is there a way to save my gallbladder?
Yep.
Or is it urgent and emergent?
Yep.
If it's not, ask if there is some sort of path to keep that organ.
Yep. Like a lot of gallbladder issues, talking about that, and we can go over this in another video, is hormonal. There's actually a hormone that releases the bile. And if you don't have that hormone, it stays in there, and that's what causes gallbladder issues. Lymphatic issues. So if you have swollen lymph nodes, if you're getting strep throat a lot, different things like that, your body's actually telling you what detox organ is clogged. So it's not like, yes, it sucks, but it's not like, oh my gosh, I have this disease or illness, I need to remove these. It's like, okay, my lymphatic system is sluggish. Let's look at adjusting the lymphatic system and how we can get that moving so my body will naturally get rid of all of the congestion.
Absolutely. Same with when I said a couple of weeks ago, I challenge you that when you wake up and you feel depressed, to stop telling yourself, I am depressed. Start telling yourself, oh, I must be deficient in my neurotransmitters today.
Yep.
How am I going to support my neurotransmitters?
Yep.
Because what you tell your brain is exactly what your body thinks and knows.
Exactly.
If you tell your body that you are depressed, then you are depressed. If you tell your body that you are, that's going to be Amazon, right?
Oh, it's Dash.
But if you tell your body that you're deficient, if you listen to your body and feel what you might be deficient in, then it's a game changer.
Oh yeah.
It's a health game changer.
Yeah.
To make sure that you are focused in a solution, not the problem. So
exactly.
You are not your illness. You are not your disease. You are not your symptoms.
Yep.
And the body is that's the body's way of trying to tell you what is going on. It's
exactly. Not that there's something wrong, but what is going on.
Yes. Right. It's time to listen.
Right.
So, and then bentonite clay armpit detox. I just put that in there because a lot of people are still using deodorants that have aluminum in them. Right. And I just thought that was a cute little.
And we have a post in the group about how to make an armpit detox.
Yes.
So you guys can look that up as well.
Okay. So everyday items that you might not realize are creating toxicity, illness, disease in your body. It's long.
Yeah.
It's probably not even part of it.
I think we should let them, because we're running short on time. You guys can pause this and come back through and kind of read it. But I do want to get to the EMF because you wanted to talk about that.
So I just wanted to tell you guys a story about a child that I heard a story about, and it was too late at the time, but it was a child that passed away. And it turned out that they were getting sick. And the longer they were sick, the more they were laying in bed. The more they were laying in bed, the sicker they were getting. It turned out that there were smart meters and Wi-Fi on the outside of their house, right on the outside of their bed. So where the bed was met up with the smart meters. So please, 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 I beg of you, look where your family's beds are. And if they are on a wall that has a smart meter, please, by all means, switch your furniture.
Yes.
Get them on an inside wall. And if you're not sure what harm can it cause, get them on an inside wall. So that you have less exposure to the smart meters.
And we are working on EMF protection for you guys. We've been doing a lot of research on the science behind different options. So as soon as we get that, we are really working hard on that. We will get that out to you guys.
Absolutely. Okay. So you guys can go through that list. A lot of them mimic hormones and just wreak havoc on the body. And you don't realize how you're contributing to your illness and disease just by the little things. And you don't have to change all of those all in one day. As you run out of something, replace it with a better choice. Okay. So the big question is, are you normalizing toxicity? So we live in a society where you accept. Many people accept that I am ill, I have a disease, I have these symptoms, I went to the doctor, they gave me a medication, but the medication is doing what? The medication is a symptom management. The question is, how are you going to get to the root cause of your illness and disease? So are we normalizing toxicity? So diagnosis is a label of illness and disease, most often it is created by toxicity.
Yep.
So even if these labels are genetic, consider that your epigenetics plays a role. We talk about epigenetics a lot in our lives.
We have a video about it. We have posts
Yes.
about it. So go back and look those up if you're not sure.
Right. So if your genetics are not good, what you're doing to your genetic environment is really playing a role in a factor.
Exactly. And again, we'll let you guys come and look through this. You can pause this and go through it. Is that okay, Jill?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, cool. So yeah, come back, pause, go through it.
Yes, because we're already down to the last 15 minutes.
I know. You need to get to solutions because that's what's the most important part.
Absolutely. All right. How long do you need to detox? Famous question. How long do I need to detox? Why do I need to detox more than a week, 30 days? What's the detox protocol? Well, when's the last time you stopped washing your hands, washing your hair, brushing your teeth, cleaning your house? All of those. We do those the cleaning the house, I don't know about that. So we brush our teeth every day. We wash our hands every time we go to the bathroom or we touch something that has germs on it. We have to remember that we have to take care of ourselves every day. So maybe it doesn't have to be, maybe once you're done with your deep detox and you get your detox pathways working and you've changed all of those things that are adding toxicity to your life and you're starting to feel better and your symptoms are going away, then yes, we can get down to some maintenance. But we live in a toxic world. So just know that if you live in this toxic world, you're likely going to have to do some form of detox every day.
Yep.
I just winged that.
Yes. Very good. So we want to remove toxicity and address regeneration.
Yes.
All right.
All right. So why is my detox journey different than somebody else's? So I just saw this question in our group the other day. I can only take 1 drop of clean slate. How are other people taking 5 or 10 or 10 twice a day? Number one, it is a marathon, not a sprint.
Yes.
Your detox, your toxicity is different than somebody else's. Your detox pathways are different than somebody else's. There are people that jump right in and take 10 drops twice a day. They're not me. I don't know. And we don't really encourage that because when we go back to all of those detox, the symptoms that you might have, we really encourage people to start with 1 drop twice a day, see how it goes, but build up from there as you can, see how it goes. Some people don't mind, if you get a little bit of detox symptoms, they don't mind. They want to push through. Some prefer to have those toxins leave slowly.
Yes.
So
we even have some who they have to put a drop in a gallon of water.
Yes.
And drink that throughout the day, and that's all they can do. And you know what? That's okay because that's what your body needs. Right. Your body is so different than others. I mean, here we talk about our environmental load or epigenetic history from our mother. 70% of our toxins are passed down to us from our moms. Yes. So, and that toxins are different because of where they live, their lifestyle, their grandmother's lifestyle, their great grandmother's lifestyle. So your journey is different, and that's a beautiful thing.
Right. And although we encourage in our group to seek other people's testimonials and see what others are going through and how their journey went, we ask that you don't rely on that because you're setting yourself up for not understanding what your journey is and not being intuitive to your journey. Because what if their journey was really slow, but your journey is much faster? But what if you're supporting your other detox pathways and somebody else's are very clogged? So, yeah.
All right. And all right, solutions. This is a good part.
We love solutions. So solutions, just everyday detox. We went through a lot of these, but I'll just read through them really quickly. Clean water, trace minerals, lemon to balance your pH. Lemon in your water, always a nice thing. Herbs, including parsley, chlorella, spirulina, cilantro, and there's a greens product coming out. But know that sometimes these herbs, although wonderful, are not nutrient rich. They're not organic, so be careful there. But also, just like there are a lot of detox protocols out there that if your detox pathways are not working, we're just recirculating.
Yep. So for instance, if you have Cilantro and chlorella. Cilantro and chlorella have to go together. Cilantro is supposed to release it from the tissue. Chlorella helps grab hold of it, but it also has half-lives within the body. So ever so often you have to keep chasing it with that. And if you don't, then it just completely retoxes. But if your liver is not able to remove that type of toxin, like mercury, then it's going to retox anyway. Some of it might be removed in small amounts, but the majority of it is going to clog up that liver. So you really, really, really have to have a binder.
Right. Right. I put sweat sweat via sauna. Or
we read through these several times.
That's not sweet. That's sweat. No, that's sweat. Sweet is 2 E's.
Oh, no, you're right.
Yes, yeah. Sweet sweat. Sweat via a sauna or exercise. Get that out through the skin. Deep intentional breathing. Get that out through the lungs. More vegetables, castor oil packs, hydrocolon therapy, coffee enemas, and of course our favorite, because it's really the easiest and most convenient. But we advocate for this in a very strong way because Dr. Christina, in her research and her teaching of everything that she has put into this, is really needed. So we are going to talk specifically about the Trinity next on top of these every day. Okay. So the Trinity is by Root Wellness. In case you're new with us, it is by Root Wellness. It does require a referral. So if you need that, you can let us know. But the Trinity is 3 products, and those are the 3 right in front of you. So the Clean Slate are the drops right there in the middle. They detoxify the body, removes heavy metals, glyphosate, graphene, mold, yeast, fungus. They bind and remove the toxins that are circulating due either to congested detox pathways, or like Shanna was just saying, the other types of detoxes that will get things moving. It'll pull things out of the tissues. It'll pull things out of the bone and the joint and the bone marrow, but it won't take it out of the body because of the liver. Restore. Oh my goodness. This doesn't even begin to cover what Restore does.
Yeah.
Not even by a little bit. If just Dr. Christina talked about black seed oil for an hour, not that long ago.
And she didn't even get to everything.
Right. And that's just one thing in Restore, black seed oil. And the turmeric that took 6 months to pick out. And okay, but the natural ingredients are known to restore the microbiome. They're antimicrobial, antiviral, antifungal. They're also anti-inflammatory, antiparasitic. Love things that are antiparasitic right now. They support the immune system and they support the mitochondria. It's an amazing product. That's the little pouch to the right, the little black pouch. It's kind of like a Capri Sun with the little pouch thing.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah. Best taken if you're using that. And I know sometimes it'll say twice a day, but Dr. Christina is now advocating that she is advocating for 3 times a day. I keep mine in the fridge. I love it cold. I don't know why. I just love it cold. I don't know if it's a texture thing. I just love it cold. But every time I go for a glass of water, we'll drink that. And then I finish it off at night because I like mine at night because I feel like my stomach will have, or my digestive system will have all that time. So if I ate at 6 and I go to bed at 10, I've processed a lot of stuff, I will take that at night. And then I just feel like it's an amazing, 12, 14 hours before I'm eating anything again. And I love how that feels.
Yes. It really restores your gut while you're fasting at the same time, while your digestive system is trying to adjust and renew for the next day.
And really good to know that if you have any sort of allergies, food intolerances, any sort of allergy, that you likely have leaky gut. And that means there's little holes in your digestive system, and the undigested proteins are going through that leaky gut, through the little digestive holes in the digestive wall, and it's causing an immune response in your body. Right. So Restore is really, really important if you have any kind of digestive issue, any kind of allergy, leaky gut, any sort of constipation,
right?
IBS, Crohn's.
And you don't take an entire pouch at once. You just take, we suggest you start out with a teaspoon.
Right.
Put some in a teaspoon and take that.
Yes. Okay. And Zero In is on the left-hand side. And that's actually, they don't have the pills there, but they're capsules. support cognitive function, mood, anxiety. They're all natural ingredients known to boost dopamine, serotonin, neurotransmitters. They give energy, they give focus, they give performance, really good performance if you've got kids that are athletes or if you're an athlete yourself.
Yep.
Right? Shanna's got kids that are athletes. We know things are happening. Okay.
Yep.
So
and I think it's important because it just doesn't help during the day. It's important to note because it ups your serotonin, which it does. It's not a serotonin supplement. That's something really important to know. It's natural ingredients that put together cause your body to develop the amount of serotonin that it individually needs. So it regulates the amount of dopamine and serotonin as well.
Yes.
But the serotonin, what that does is you go into the pineal gland. So you have the pineal gland, that clean slate helps decalcify, removes the calcification off. You can dream again and everything, but your pineal gland is what's responsible for producing melatonin at night so that you can sleep.
Yes.
If you don't have serotonin during the day, you don't have melatonin at night. If you don't have vitamin D, which is a catalyst for all hormones, which is N0N as well. If you don't have, but specific vitamin Ds, you don't want to, we'll have to go over that another time. You have to be careful with vitamin D, but it's a catalyst for it. If you don't have vitamin D, you don't develop serotonin. If you don't have serotonin, you don't develop melatonin. And then it's just a cyclical cycle. So you have to correct that. So 0N is very, very good for neurotransmission. People who have been diagnosed with ASD, anything like that, it helps clear those neurotransmitters so that they start firing the way the body wants them to. It's not forceful. It doesn't force the body to do something. It allows the body to do whatever it needs to do, and you are in full control. Your own body is.
Right. And I have seen it work really well with ADD. I've seen it work really well with, what's the word? Thoughts that aren't necessarily factual. So you overthinking. So you take something in your mind and you're having trouble processing it and you're thinking that it's worse than it is and you're making things up in your mind. I've seen it calm that down.
Yes.
It's really, 0N's a really amazing product.
Awesome.
Okay. So if you want more information about Clean Slate, that should actually say the Trinity. If you just comment below, we'll connect you to your support person, the person that brought you to the group so that they can help you. You'll need a referral code and we'll be happy to help you out there. So, hi, Clayton. He was here with us. Yes. Lack of toxic metals. And so when you remove toxicity in your body, it is, that is protection from EMFs in and of itself. Most in this group really seem to be normalizing. Yeah. So normalizing toxicity, it's something that we just do. It's similar to why we eat 3 meals a day, why we eat 5 little meals a day, why we think we have to keep our blood sugar up, why we think it's what you're raised in. And it's just a matter of changing your mindset. Sometimes that's really hard, but that's okay. How come hair is better when you wash it less, maybe for once a week for me? Because the natural oils are in the hair and you're not drying it out. Silica in Clean Slate is amazing for hair. Can I just say?
Oh, can I say this? I don't know if you
Shanna today. I just want to say how beautiful Shanna's hair is today.
Oh, thank you. It decided to be curly today. Sometimes it's straight. Sometimes it has a mind of its own. But I wanted to show you. I don't know. Can you guys see my eyebrow? Can you see that?
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay. You see how it's a little thin right there?
Yes.
Well, so I had cancer removed there several times. So I had no eyebrow whatsoever. And my eyebrow is starting, the doctor said they said I was going to need some type of, plastic surgery or whatever to put hair, to fix it and everything. The scar is almost completely gone and the hair is starting to grow.
Nice.
Yeah. It's been 4 years since they removed it and my hair is starting to grow back.
Yes.
Because I use Restore and Clean Slate together on my face every night.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I'm getting an eyebrow back. I'm so excited.
That's amazing. Yay.
Good to show that.
Wonderful. Okay, so it is, what is the glymphatic system? Glymphatic system, yes. Oh, that's going to be alive in and of itself. It is 2:00. It is not an answer we can answer here. That's going to be a whole hour. I have been reading deep into that because it's really important. So.
Maybe we could do that either next week or the week after. We'll do the glymphatic system.
Yes, I think we're going to have detox number 202 next week because I think we need to focus on detox and weight loss, detox and pregnancy, how it passes down, detox.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, it is 2:00 and have a great day. We'll see you. All right, next week it is.
Bye.
Bye.